Hey everyone, John Rettinger from Techno Buffalo here. Last week, Tom Merritt from CNET.com put up a video about how you can, sort of use the iPhone on Verizon or Sprint's network, no hacking required. And while it was a very good post, it actually was really informative, I thought it needed a little bit more explanation. And you can go into a little bit more detail about the nuances of how to do it. So let me go ahead and explain. Before you guys get too excited about using your iPhone on Verizon or Sprint completely and freely, it's not going to happen. But there is a way to sort of use your iPhone on Verizon or Sprint completely legally, non-hacking, non-jailbreaking, or nothing. And it involves a device you saw me review last week, the MiFi. And again, this is available on Sprint or Verizon. For those of you that may not have seen the video, what the MiFi does, and this is the Verizon version, sucks in Verizon's CDMA network and spits out a Wi-Fi signal, which is actually quite neat. You can use it for data for any Wi-Fi equipped device, laptop or phone. So what you can do, turn the MiFi on. It really is just about the size of about 8 credit card stacks, so quite small. You can fit it in your pocket or a backpack or purse, whatever you might carry. And hook it up and connect your iPhone to it. So now essentially what you're doing is you're using Verizon's EVDO network for data on your iPhone. Nothing terribly fancy right there, but it's coming out looking like Wi-Fi, but you're still using Verizon's EVDO network. So that's fine for data. What if you want to make calls? Well, there are a lot of options you can do now to make calls now that you're using Verizon's EVDO network. You can use call forwarding with a system like Skype, so if you've got a Verizon number, you can set that number to forward to your Skype number and always have Skype up and running on your iPhone. With things like Google Voice, which I assume will eventually be released for the iPhone, there are a lot of other voice over IP options that you can use. So essentially, you really don't have to go through AT&T if you want to use the iPhone. Although you do have to purchase a MiFi, which will run you either $99 on contract, or if you want to buy it without a contract, about $260. And you got to be careful with plans with this too. You can either spend about 60 bucks a month for a 5 gig plan, or 40 bucks a month, I believe, for a 250 megabyte plan. And those prices are the same with Verizon or Sprint. So it's not an unlimited all-you-can-eat sort of solution, but it is a way to go if you're stuck in a Verizon contract and you're waiting to get out, or maybe you don't get AT&T service where you are, but you get better Verizon or Sprint coverage. It is a nice way to go. One of the other side effects about using the MiFi is your phone thinks that you're connected to Wi-Fi, since, well, it really is. It doesn't know that you're just using an EVDO network that's being converted, so you get around a lot of limitations that the iPhone put in place. For instance, Sling Player. If you use Sling Player, you can only use it over Wi-Fi, but since you are technically over Wi-Fi, you can now use Sling Player anywhere you are. The same is true for a lot of other Wi-Fi only applications, for example, like Skype or like iTunes. If you need to download an app that's over 10 megabytes, you can now do that. And you can use a lot of streaming applications as well, like Juiced, that is only Wi-Fi. So actually, it's a nice sort of middle ground right there. So it's not the iPhone on Verizon or Sprint that some of you might be looking for, but it is definitely an alternative for how you can do it. So just a kind of a short summation about how this works in case some of you got confused. The MiFi, this little device right here, converts a cellular data network into a Wi-Fi signal. So think of it as a portable router essentially. So you turn this bad boy on, you connect your iPhone just like you'd see any other Wi-Fi network, you throw this in your bag, you put it in your back pocket, whatever, and now you're connected via Wi-Fi to Sprint or Verizon's EVDO network. You can now set up call forwarding, and you can have all your calls forwarded right to Skype or a voice over IP client. Actually works out quite well, or you can just use the other carrier's data network if you prefer. Like I said, if you don't get good AT&T coverage where you might be, if you're in a rural area, or if you're in just one of those spots that it doesn't quite work well. It is a very nice alternative, and I think it's a very good idea. And I think Tom Merritt, when he first brought this up, really had a brilliant idea to use your iPhone, or really any phone for that matter, on Verizon's network. And this sort of trick and not really hack, again, will work for any Wi-Fi equipped phone. Kind of cool. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed. It's something that you're going to consider doing. You do have to eat a $60 a month plan, but technically you could not have a data plan on your iPhone and just keep this with you. You cannot even have a voice plan actually on your iPhone and keep this with you, and just always have Skype or some other sort of voice over IP client open, and, well, you can use it. So it's something that you might consider. Is it worthwhile, not worthwhile? I can tell you that the MindFi works fantastically. Data rates are really, really, really fast, but you are going to be capped to 5 gigs of space, or 5 gigs of download or upload. So I hope you enjoyed, and hope this was a good explanation. If you have questions, go ahead and leave them in the comments down below, and leave your video response if something that you think that you might do. Anyway guys, for exclusive content, be sure to check me out on Twitter, twitter.com/John4Lakers, and to learn more about TechnoBuffalo, check out technobuffalo.com. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.